The 2019 Yamaha Variety Jet Trek, an annual ocean ride for charity, has raised a record $404,000 to help sick and disadvantaged kids in one of the longest events to date. The week-long 850-kilometre ocean ride from Bundaberg on the mid-north coast of Queensland to Hamilton Island off the coast of Airlie Beach ran from the 25th to the 30th of March 2019. Up to 95 jet skis and personal watercraft from across Australia took part in the event, which is not a race, rather it's a test of endurance. The riders, split into 9 teams to ease congestion on the water and at the boat ramps, were supported by more than 100 road crew and organisers. The support group went ahead of the convoy to meet the riders at their destination and retrieve and refuel the watercraft at the end of each day. For the first time, the Yamaha Variety Jet Trek covered a remote section of Queensland coastline it has not navigated before. To get there, riders had to cover 180 kilometres in a single day. Day 1, a 100-kilometre leg from Bundaberg to Agnes Water, was incident-free and all riders were able to cover the distance on a single tank. However, one team spotted a Toyota Land Cruiser bogged in sand on a remote stretch of beach. The driver had left the vehicle and was attempting a long walk back to civilization to get help, but thanks to the efforts of half a dozen jet ski riders, the four-wheel drive was able to be recovered and the driver could continue his journey. Without help, the driver could have been stranded for days. Day 2 comprised of 2 90-kilometre legs back-to-back, from Agnes Water to Gladstone and then Yeppoon near Rockhampton. Day 3 was a rest day that turned into an easy 55-kilometre run from Yeppoon to Great Keppel Island and back, to give road crews a rest and an opportunity for some of the local kids in need to have a ride on a jet ski. It was a much-needed break before the biggest leg of the trip and the longest single-day ride in Jet Trek history. Day 4 was a 180-kilometre run from Yeppoon to the crocodile-infested waters of Stanage Bay. The remote Stanage Peninsula north of Rockhampton is a 100-kilometre detour by dirt road heading east off the main highway. The water is only accessible by boat ramp for a few hours either side of high tide, so there was no time for stragglers on the water or the road. After a day of patchy rain, dark clouds and big swells, everyone made it back to dry land for a well-deserved rest. Day 5 was a 160-kilometre run from Stanage Bay to Mackay that required riders to refuel on the water. Weary from the 180-kilometre ride from the day before, most riders backed up for the second big day in a row. Day 6 was the final run, a 130-kilometre leg from Mackay to Airlie Beach, followed by a 33-kilometre stretch to Hamilton Island. The 2019 Yamaha Variety Jet Trek raised a total of $404,000, the highest ever recorded for the event. In previous years, Jet Trek has raised $380,000 in 2018 and $270,000 in 2017. Over 2 decades, the jet ski event has raised more than $2 million to buy computers and other special equipment that goes directly to helping sick or disadvantaged kids. To find out more or to make a donation, go to varietyjettrek.com.au. To get the full story, go to watercraftzone.com.au. Be sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram.